All right, good evening. My name is Mark Khan. I work at the factory for about 30 years. Sugar is my life. I've been in sugar for 30 years. My father is in sugar for 40 years. My whole family in Skellen is in sugar. And that is what we do. I just want to make some few observations and based on some things that were printed out. I want to deal basically with the factory. Spend a lot of time from a machinist. I work my way up to a plant foreman, and sometimes I act shift manager. So I spend a lot of time in sugar. I spent a few times in the military, in the national service. That is where I break my service and I do some military training. And that in itself speaks that I'm a patriot in this country. I don't have intention to leave it. I'll stay for better, for worse. I just want to bring some things that I read. I think it's public knowledge. Closure of Wales Estate. And there are some reasons stated why they're closing it. But I want to shed some light onto that. So most of it don't have the full picture. It might have some things in it that have credibility, but most of it, 60% of Wales estate drainage is bad. That is not so. I'm living in Potentia for 52 years. The drainage in that area is good. As our comrade speak about it, it's gravity flow. And to say that, it's totally misleading. Because for Wales, for where we live to flood, the whole of Georgetown, the whole on the East Coast, has to flood completely out before we get a flood. Big flood in here to affect the cultivation. So there is an area that I read about it in some pamphlets and things circling around. And that is not so. Let me be brief here. 75% of the bridges in the cultivation is bad. That is not so. The bridge can be hidden. Now, we can go. Willing to take you guys. I'm living in the cultivation. A matter of fact, Wales Estate have 11 concrete bridges. All the bridges access to the fields them are a high mark at 22 ton. High mark can cross them. I challenge the persons them that write these things. If we can go and we can ascertain that. It's there, it can't move. Good. So that area, 75%, is totally wrong. We have about 11 access bridge from the public road, which tractors and trailers are crossing. And in the inland bridges are good. We're 22 ton high mark to do excavating work. So that is our next not so true statement. The cultivation in Wales has a poor condition, as our comrade said. That is correct. But I think it's not out of our reach. But something needs to be done here, because I think a commission of inquiry should have formed to investigate that reason, because the geographic area with the farmer and the Wales are very close. Only a trench divided two areas. The soil contents are the same. And yet when you go in the farmer, just walking, and you look on the farmer side, the cane are green and bearing very good. But when you look on our side, it's not so good. The farmer has good irrigation, the same landscape. We have good irrigation, but our canes are not growing good. That is to be investigated. Commission of inquiry into that. Why? The factory, this is what I want to come to. The factory is old. Of course, when you paint the picture, you got to paint the picture in totality. The casing of the factory is old. Of course, which factory is not old? You tell me. LBI, Enmore, Skeldon, only the new one is new. Iflot and so forth. I said the factory is old. Give it a minute. Our pole extraction in an old factory is 91. Pole extraction. I was set at 90. We're getting an extraction of 91 with only 3 mills. We have a brand new turbine, brand new, never used, put down there from India. They take out our crusher. We're working with 3 mills. Check our pole extraction. That is one, should be investigated. It is there, it can't move. It's there. Boilers. We have 3 boilers. They said the boilers old. They might old in name, John Thompson, Bigelow, and so forth. But watch this. All three of those boilers were retubed. We ourselves, we didn't hire a contractor. I was part of it. We ourselves retubed those boilers, saving the corporation millions of dollars if they had to take contractors. We did it ourselves. Up at Skeldon Old Estate, it has 2 boilers there, compatible to wheels, which can work. We asked Mr. Abdul if we can go down there, because he was working at Wales, and get those headers out. Until this day, we can't get, they're sitting there. Now, 3 estate compatible. Wales, Iflot, and Rosal. Rosal have 5 John Thompson boilers. 5. You can check it out. It can't move. It's there. 5 John Thompson boilers. And a Bigelow, I think. Yeah. Certain on that. Now, Wales only have 3. Our production is based on sugarcane. Is what you send at the factory, is that what we're going to grind? We cannot operate without the farmers, which our comrade said 51% now, most of the cane comes from the farm because of our plantation, because it's not properly looked after. You can't blame it on drain poor irrigation because the farmer is close, same landscape, same everything. We're irrigating in the same area. So that is that out. So we can ground the cane if you give us. Watch this. Our last downtime in 2015, the last crop, near 400 hours, 300 odd hours coming on to, was out of cane period. That sent a message by itself. It was out of cane period. We have a capacity to produce 30,000 tons of sugar. And I tell you what, we were approaching that. This very same crop, we and the other crop, we can do it. You know why we can do it? Because in the history of this industry, steam trial was done, right? Wednesday. I was responsible for steam trial. That is my job. Starting up the boilers and stuff. And it never happened, not to my recollection, in the 30-odd years I'm working. I asked my father, who worked 40 years. He said, no, it never happened. That our steam trial was finished 8:30 in the morning. Start from 4 o'clock and finish 8:30 with no major defects. That sent the message. Is that old equipment? 95% of our pumps are brand new stuff. The records is there. Check it. The evaporators were put up in 1989. The centrifugals are modern centrifugals. We have a pan never used. We have a pan, a vacuum pan, which has a multi-purpose condenser. It never used. We put it only to use because of short. Wales need some laborers. We have vacancy for 2 sugar boilers. Point I'm making, that these pictures, right, that whoever are painting these pictures, they're not showing the public the real thing. Wales Estate is not far away. It's 50 minutes drive from Georgetown. I challenge people to go there and check for themselves. Check the condition, check the quality of sugar we produce at Wales. On that, I must say, we have a social problem there, drinking. And we are working as a church. I'm a elder in a church. That is what I do. And how it affects me, not what me and sugar alone, but with the community. How can we go and minister to people when they don't have a job? How can we take something and give them when they don't have a job? Everybody attached to sugar. I don't care what they're doing. Everybody. We come here as slaves and indentures. And we have attachment to sugar. And me personally feel that if closure has to take place at Wales, I will glad let somebody come up with some solution. But these are the facts. I'm going to be finished here. These are the facts. There to check. You can check it. If somebody comes, if we were to go, this is not the way to do it. We want a transition. Must be smooth, because I can't go to the bank and tell the bank, watch, put me on hold for a month. I'm pleading. Give us a try. Put it on for 2 years. We challenge people. Give us 2 years, 5 crops, and we will turn it around.